Hi there. Just wondering what your fears stand for. So, in my experience with fear, a very deep fear, paranoid state happened to me in my early 20s, and I learned about what anxiety can do to the mind and the body and the emotions. For me personally, and it's different for everyone, it affects people in a common way but also in an individual way, and their fears can be learnt in the background, and this is all what I'm really interested in, about helping people with. But even when you get out of that state, there can be things that remind you of those memories, and that's what sort of happens with post-traumatic stress disorder and things like this, because these memories can come along and suddenly, without realizing, like deja vu or something, you can suddenly have fear again, or trigger a memory from the past. And I think that what I often like to say is that the fear and the anxiety can then create, when it comes along without recognizing, is that it can sort of stop us from taking good actions for ourselves and taking those decisions that we need to in life to progress. And it can go on in the background. And what I often like to say is that there's concern and there's worry. And worry we'll feel it, and it will potentially stop us unless we can become aware that it is not real. And it's the concern that can spark off the worry. So we can be concerned about things, and it can turn into worry automatically. But if we recognize it as a concern, then, and we can realize that that's a conscientious person, we are conscientious people that don't want bad things to happen. So this concern for this something that we don't want to happen comes along, and we can recognize that it's not happening. Then we can move forwards and take the actions we need to anyway, and relearn and reframe it. So the subconscious impact on our health and our decision making can come along with worry if we're not listening to it properly and stopping and taking the time to listen to ourselves and to recognize what might be affecting us. And I'd just like to help reframe these fears. So what if fears actually stood for every action releases serotonin? So when fear comes along and we do something anyway, then we potentially get results and take opportunities. And then when those results happen, or we have success with the thing, or we just find out that it's possible, we get a good rush of serotonin, and we feel good because we tried something that we didn't think we could do. Like, for instance, this live that I'm doing right now, you start to learn that you can reach to people by going live. So I learned to press the button anyway when I was feeling the fear, and it comes along, and it's stronger some days and not others. So we can't get rid of fears, but we can reframe it. So how about, for every action realizes success? So that's, again, fears. We feel the fears, but we can turn it into a realization that we can get success out of taking the action. And one more I'd like to leave you with is, for every action, what have I written? Reveals security. So, for every action reveals or rewards security. So that fear can then become security for us because we've achieved something out of that fear. So the fear is a good thing, it's meant to be there. If we were good at everything, we could achieve anything we wanted, we'd either get bored or we'd hurt ourselves in the process because we'll be too arrogant to notice that there might be something dangerous. So we've got to make sure and check it's not dangerous, and then do the things and not live with the fear as it stands, as it seems apparent in the moment. So I'd like to that's it really. So it's to reframe that for you, and I hope that was useful, and I'd like to know what you get out of this. You know, stick it in the comments if it's something general, and there's how do you reframe your fears? I'll leave you with that, and have a great day. Take care.